Well, guys, it's good to be back. It's Dad B-side with
B-side.
And we are here to check out this new Snaptain A15 drone that we just picked up. We're gonna check out this drone, see how good it is, see how fun it is to fly, and see if it's something that you should pick up for either you or your kids, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
How am I supposed to do that?
That's not a great high five. So here's the nice hard shell case that we picked up. This doesn't come with the drone. It's a separate piece, but it's not that expensive. I'll put links below. You can see the drone folds out, very DJI Mavic-esque, and that's really what they're mimicking here with this drone. You'll see it also comes with a nice controller. We actually had some issues with the controller. We'd try to do the barrel rolls and the landings, and sometimes it didn't connect. So I don't know if that's just us or if there's something going on with the controller we got. You can see it flips out. Couple batteries there for you. The batteries are really small. They just flip in right underneath the drone. The drone's really lightweight, really easy. Here's us just taking off of the playground. So there you go. It's just flying up out into the sunset. EB-side, what did you think about flying the drone?
I think as a 9-year-old and as a beginner, it was really hard because I had to ask my dad a whole bunch like, what does the button do? So probably if you're younger than 11, you'll probably need at least 2 or 3 days just to get used to the controls. And also, so when I was flying it in my backyard yesterday, so basically, it's really when I'm flying it in my backyard yesterday, the controls starting to get backwards. Daddy, why is that?
Yep, because with the drone, there's a front and a back, and they do have a headless mode. I'm glad you said that with this one. So a headless mode is where essentially the drone will switch which is front and back depending on how you're using the control. So for beginners, it does make it a little bit easier. You can see here that the drone is actually floating pretty well and just hovering pretty well, and that's a pretty good sign. Here's the app on the phone. I know we're going pretty quick through this, but the app on the phone does give a lot of functionality. You can kind of see it's a little choppy, but the app gives you kind of all the functions and that you would have even on the controller, and you can use this app with the controller. You can use the app by itself, or you can use just the controller by itself. Once again, we had some issues with just the controller by itself. We'd hit the barrel roll button, and it wouldn't barrel roll, and it would beep at us like it couldn't connect to the drone. So we only got 1 out of every, say, 5 or 7 barrel rolls where it actually did anything. But so I don't know if that's our controller or just the fact that the drone is $100 and that's just what you get for that. But you can see, really easy to take off. This is Caleb's super long flight, and there we go, and he's down. So what do you think, EB-side? Is it worth buying as we get into this? This is it taking off. You can see from the bottom, just taking off into the sunset. What do you think about this drone? Is it worth buying?
Yes, I think it is worth buying because I think it's a brilliant drone. If you're a beginner, I think I recommend this drone a lot. The controls are really easy, and it'll take at least 2 to 3 days to get used to them.
All right, so some final thoughts on the drone. EB-side, why don't you tell some people what you think?
I wanted a drone for like forever. And then yesterday I got one. I was in the backyard yesterday. And then it was really hard to control, but all of a sudden I got it. And then I think it takes a few minutes just flying it around, just flying it around your backyard or something. It's really fun.
Yeah, it is really fun, right? Yeah, and I think that's the point, right? Is that for the price, it's a lot of fun. It's a super fun drone. It has a camera, 720p camera on it, which is cool. So you can get some fun snapshots or some video. And, once again, this isn't going to be something where you're getting into drone filmmaking and you're becoming a professional and you need to spend thousands of dollars on a drone. This is, hey, we want to go outside, have some fun. It does take a little work to get it tuned up correctly, where it's going to fly how you want it to fly. We did notice it does, the controls, even when you kind of first set it up, it'll float to the left or float to the right or go a different direction. So you do have to dial that in a little bit. With just the controller, it was a little harder to fly with just the controller than with the phone. So originally we tried it with the phone because we didn't have any AAA batteries. And it actually worked, I think, a little bit better with the phone. And with the controls, like there's a barrel roll button on the controller and the return home. Those buttons didn't seem to work on the controller. We got it to barrel roll once, and we probably hit it a whole bunch of times. So it kept beeping at us. I don't know what that means. But you're going to end up with little issues like that, especially in this price point. So as long as you're just getting a drone where you're going to go out, you're going to fly, you're not trying to go miles away, you're just in a park or at your house just trying to fly and have your kids and you have a good time, I think it's a great buy. So there you go. There's our thoughts on the Snaptain A15 drone. Links for everything are in the description below. The drone, the extra batteries, the case, which was really cool. The case was really nice. And with that, we'll see you next time.
I'm not flying, but with my slappy arms. High five. High five.
Ready? Okay, everybody back up. Oh, yeah, see, okay, hold on, bring it back.
Yeah. Oh.
Can you go grab it real quick? Alright, got it, halfway. Oh, yeah, you guys just floating that way?
And then, it is a bomb. I don't know what to say. A dog ready. Just go. Ooh, grassy, huh?
Go get it real quick. I'm going to take the battery.
Wow. Yeah.